VEMA 2013, SBS Live this week. Welcome back. Alright, I'm a bit excited because it's getting closer and closer. As you know, we're almost ready to get on a boat at this point. That's how close the event is getting. Then there's some people that we can't wait to see again. One of them in particular is BRODIE DAWSON. That is one of Vancouver Island Music Awards nominated Best Live Acts of 2013. We're going to give you a clip. We're going to give you more than a clip. We're going to give you a full shot, a full song from BRODIE DAWSON here in this episode as well. And that is something that you don't want to miss. Because there's a reason that BRODIE's been nominated as Best Live Act. She displays a lot of heart through her performances and just a lot of heart in her genuine character. BRODIE is a really, really, really genuine person. And I can't say enough about what a tremendous time I had with her out on the island. I had a tremendous time the entire day. The sun was shining, the colors, oh, look at the colors in these videos, they're great. But yeah, BRODIE, best of luck to you in terms of the award show coming up. We got to make sure we're focused on that, because it's VEMA time. So I'm Jeremy from a little garage out in the Fraser Valley that is covered in sleeping bags. We are called sleepingbagstudios. We do a show called SBS Live this week. We do it 2 times a week on the internet. Not lately because we're super lazy. But other than that, we're dedicated to what we do and independent artists just like yourself. Now, reading about BRODIE DAWSON, part of the Vancouver Island Music Awards this year, 2013. I am reading that you are up for Best Live Act, right? Live Act. Okay, but I mean like Best Island Live Act. Yeah. We'll put the microcosm on it for now and pretend that you're not going to take over the globe for the moment. Right. For the moment. Oh, okay. That's an honor though. Like that's really cool. Especially with the people that I'm in the category with. Right. Have you had a chance to check out much of that competition, like for yourself, like live? Personally, okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. That's Tequila Mockingbird Orchestra, right? Yeah. I love the name of that band. It seems like somebody worth checking out too. But I'm glad you had a chance to check out the competition because it's always important to know who you're kind of up against and be aware of what's out there, right? Huge respect. So, tough? Or how are you feeling? Optimistic?
I honestly, I was saying that to you guys at my friend's house, that not like I'm not expecting.
You're not going to go the humble route on me here, BRODIE.
Totally,
okay,
I'm
alright.
Happy to be in the category that I have. Okay. I'm
yeah.
I feel like these guys are within the category.
Is that fair to say? I'm going to call you out on this right away here. That it's unexpected? I mean, you're going out and you're putting out something that is being defined as one of the best live acts, at the very least here on the island. I mean, there's got to be a lot of preparation that goes into the energy before the performance, right? How do you get prepared for something like that?
Well, I'm actually probably one of the very first
okay. Yeah, no, fair. Yeah.
I'm really not good.
So you're ripping out a best live act and it's just, this is natural you? This is BRODIE DAWSON at her finest?
Well, it's like, I'm kind of going for it. Yeah. Get out there, what I love to do, and my favorite thing in the world to do is I feel at most at home when I'm doing it.
Right,
so
right.
kind of have like 2 separate personalities, I guess. Maybe on the show. I have like the me that's at home and I kind of really introverted and walking the dog, and then, you know.
And then there's the stage.
And then it's like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Rip it up.
So what would you describe? Are you able to put a finger on it? Are you able to explain how this change occurs or what happens exactly? I mean, is there a physical change? Do you all of a sudden, is it like snarling and then like, you know, like drooling out the side of the mouth and like, okay.
Not that intense. But
okay.
It's mainly just the energy. I love
yeah. You've been playing with them long? How long is the history there?
Started John Cruz, the guitar player that I've been playing with, and we started over about a year ago.
Okay.
We met at a jam and had videos together one night.
Yeah.
Without any practice, maybe like one rehearsal, and it just rocked.
Right.
Really good connection.
Yeah.
And then Daryl Mills was his bass player, and they're a band called BRODIE,
called the Broken Toy? Oh, the Broken Group. Okay. Okay.
They have built a connection. They've been practicing for a long time.
Right.
Daryl's like,
yeah.
He's just awesome to watch. And Jacob Gregory is my drummer.
Yeah.
Just sort of met John through hockey, and we all just kind of came together. Not even a year. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah.
But at this point, I mean, it would be fair to say probably that you're at least comfortable with the songs to be able to go out there and kind of have that comfortable level where you're out there and
winging it all.
Yeah.
We have some shows under our belt.
Right.
Yeah.
Because as much as you're saying like you just go out there and do your thing, I'm still hearing that you know what you're doing, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, we do. But I kind of like the magic. It's not really.
Well, you get that spontaneity, right?
Yeah. Like a lot of the jams, I posted a few jams at the Maple actually down there. I did that for a couple of years. And I love bringing people up on stage and kind of seeing what happens.
Right, sure, yeah. I think that takes a tremendous amount of confidence to be able to do that to begin with, though. And so, like when you're looking at these other people that you might pick on in an audience situation, I say pick on, but I mean in the greatest possible way. And again, the thing with BRODIE. Is there like a quality, or is there something that you know that you can like? Okay, this one will sing. This one's not going to freeze up at the mic. Is there any way that you can tell that from looking at a person?
No. Well, kind of. I try to be as encouraging as possible.
Right.
And that would kind of make it confident and make it really okay.
Yeah.
For whatever happens, even if they do have their knees knocking. Because I remember my knees were knocking when I first started.
Right.
Years ago.
Sure. Yeah. How many years? Good Lord. I don't know how many people are going to try and convince me that they're like older than dirt here today, James, but it's not going to work. Then BRODIE, you don't qualify. You don't. But so where do you go from here? I mean, again, I don't have any of the other live act nominees around here today. I'm well aware of the fact that you're going to win. That's just a given, right? Of course. So once you win, then what? What do we do after that?
I don't even have a clue.
No?
I don't even know. I mean, this whole thing has just been awesome in that my website kind of started. It all just kind of happened over the last year. I decided to go for it. I realized I really see that I've been sitting on for 10 years. I'm like 16 practicing.
Okay.
Well,
10 years qualifies as queen, yeah.
Yeah, 10 years is a little long. So this has just kind of all come together where it's now just starting to stepping and just kind of going out in front of me. So I'm just going for it.
One day at a time, but you're obviously happy about where you're at, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's been great.
Love it.
Really, really grateful.
Hey. I didn't nominate you myself, but I'm happy to support you, BRODIE. That I can do. So we're looking forward to seeing some results, and you guys do well at the Vancouver Island Music Awards on the 28th of April. In addition to that, you mentioned social media, and now you guys are kind of out and about there. We're going to get out of the sun for you. Where can people find you? Where can we send them to?
Well, I do have a website.
Okay.
A brand new website that's DAWSON.com.
This guy right here, yeah. Helping her out big time. Hey, there we go. A couple of reasons to film this guy. There we go. We like it.
And he has been
Okay.
And it's got all like all the rest.
Yeah. Send them there and they'll find the rest, right? And they'll find more because they'll be interested. Why? Because you're one of the best live acts at the very least. At the very least, we covered this, right? Very least here on the island. So, Brodie, I wish you the best of luck. I understand you're going to give us a possible glimpse into the reason why, right? I love it. I love it. Okay, we'll give you a couple of seconds to set up here, and it's all yours.
Alright, story time. SBS Island Adventures. This is part 4, technically, our 4th episode of our forays over into the island and their musical scene. At this point in the show, we're going to show you Chris Ho, who is nominated for Songwriter of the Year and Artist of the Year. And Chris is an intense guy. You can see that, I mean, he's easygoing, yeah, but there's an intensity right there in the eyes that really shows you that he's passionate about the music he's making and that there's some meaning and care behind it. So I really appreciated that, but I'm not sure. Maybe it threw me off. Maybe it was the sun. I have no idea. But there's an absolute bomb moment in this interview with myself and Chris where I lose my train of thought completely, and it's only fair that I show you that interviewers can make mistakes as well. So I've left it in there for you so that you guys can all have a good laugh at the hairy beast that sometimes loses his train of thought. Anyway, SBS Live this week is returning again, and here's Chris Ho.
Yes, thank you again from me for being here today. This is part of SBS Live this week and part of our special upcoming on the Vancouver Island Music Awards. Something that you're a part of, something that you're a big part of in all kinds of ways. Up for Best Artist of the Year and Best Songwriter of the Year in 2013 awards. It's an honor, correct?
Yes.
Yeah? So, in terms of like exposure and kind of recognition for your work specifically, have you gone through this kind of stuff before, or is this like new world for you?
I think since the release of the full-length album, which was January, that's kind of when it kind of blew up a little bit. Okay. So then, you know, I kind of grew a little bit more accustomed at that point.
Yeah.
It's been great, especially in Victoria too. Like, obviously, really strong support. And then this kind of propped up as well. So
a lot of scene and a lot of other. I mean, there's a lot of musical camaraderie over here. It seems like, right?
Yeah.
So now, in terms of the awards that you're up for, with it being Best Artist, Best Songwriter, does one mean more than the other? They both just a fantastic honor? Because I think of it like this. I'll put it to you this way. I'll put my own personal spin on this for you. I think of Best Artist, it's an honor. It's really cool. Don't get me wrong. I'm excited about it in a million different ways too, but I think that at the end of the day, it can be a broad spectrum of things. I think there can be a lot of things that contribute, timing, sound, quality, all kinds of things to Best Artist. Yeah. But Best Songwriter, man, I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it really? Is it just me? I've asked this before already today. But, like, is it just me, man? Best Songwriter's kick-ass compliment. I mean, that's really somebody noticing the work you're putting in.
Yeah. I guess Best Artist would almost emphasize more just, like, the full kind of package and, you know, live performance and just kind of what you've done on your album kind of creatively. But the cool thing about the songwriting one is that it's just purely based on the organic first step of the whole thing, which is writing that actual song.
Right.
And that always comes from here, and it's definitely an honor to be recognized for that. So I totally agree. Yeah, I see
I also think, like, you know, when it comes to songwriter, there's so many different ways and so many parts of this industry that we can get caught up in. Like I mean, I'll be honest with you today, Chris. I have yet to hear your music. That's just where I've been at, unfortunately, in my day here. I haven't heard much today. But, you know, going forward, that is something that we'll get to, of course, and something that we would love to hear. But where was I going with this? I lost my train of thought for the first time all day. This is horrible. Really? I lost my train of thought?
Read about music
I might have to switch streams here, Chris. I think I went with something that I kind of bit off and I can't chew on. Is that really where I got to?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Abandoned ship. It has been.
Yeah,
It has been.
30,
Have I been out cooking in the sun? Let me check my notes.
Check my elbow?
Sorry, Chris. Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. My bad. I'm back now. Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm back. Okay. So what I was trying to get to horribly was when you're thinking songwriter though, it's actually like kind of a confirmation, and a kind of a nice confirmation in a way, that to be nominated for that category beyond all things means that people have actually listened. And that's a difficult thing to obtain confirmation on. No matter who it is, no matter who you are, you can sell 1 million records and still wonder if somebody heard that song or that moment. But when you're recognized as a songwriter, man, I think that's a big indication of things and how they can go forward for you as well. So do you think that kind of opportunity, that kind of award, that kind of recognition, can that lead to something greater for you down the road? What do you think that might be?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think it would kind of, it's easy enough to kind of go around and be like, I'm pretty sure my music's okay, listen to it. Hopefully that's good for you. But I mean, when you actually kind of have that to back it up, it immediately can lead to, other places across Canada taking you a little bit more seriously, and ultimately just expanding on a national scale. It's just one of those kind of stepping stones.
Right.
So it's and just a really an honor as well. Just
And are your eyes open that way? Like, are you thinking ahead, like in terms of what those next steps are? Is cross Canada a goal for your music, or like what's next for you? Where are you going?
Funny you should mention. I'm heading on a Western Canadian tour next week. So that's for pretty much all of April.
Western Canadian, like where? Whereabouts you heading?
BC, Alberta, and Saskatchewan.
Okay, cool.
And so I'm definitely thinking ahead. And will always be. That's kind of like my, it's a good thing, but it can be a bad thing sometimes, because
the gift of foresight.
Well, yeah, I guess also just not enjoying the moment as much as you could be, because you're concerned about the future or whatever. But it's it's all part of it. So
moderation, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's something that you got to be aware of. You just don't want to absorb yourself into it, right? See, I'm getting it. I'm rebounding here from my stumble. Now, when we talk about moving on to like BC, Alberta, Saskatchewan, are these territories you've been through musically before, or
only BC? So Alberta's going to be new, and Saskatchewan is too. So even just the landscapes for me as well. I've gotten some of a taste for a Canadian landscape because I did that cross Canada train tour. I guess it was like a year ago or something. But just actually going on my own, in my car, just kind of solo, should be a definite experience. Even just what you realize when in those moments where you're just by yourself, you realize a lot about yourself, and it can be really enlightening and kind of inspiring, and can even kind of result in new songs. So
I was gonna say, I hear about a singer-songwriter being on their own, and I think new songs. That's generally what I think, for sure. Yeah.
Traveling on their own.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some new material, so I will keep writing music.
Okay. and that is actually the plan, though, as far as this to go out there. As far as you're going through these provinces, obviously you've got some support and some following now. You're still planning on I'm just going. I'm gonna throw the keys in the car and I'm off on my own. You're not taking any support, no crowd with you, no hype man.
Yeah, that's schedules didn't work out, so I guess it'll be tough. It's but hopefully there'll be some good to come out of it. I guess like in those moments when you're feeling lonely and feeling kind of introspective, those are really the moments where it's kind of a true test of yourself, and they can be the most inspiring too, as far as songwriting goes. Some of the more genuine songs that I've written come from that place. So even though I would have liked to have, you know, someone to come with and, you know, take the wheel once in a while, so I don't have to be worried about, you know, falling asleep behind the wheel or something, but
it still led to,
you know,
possibly
it's just gonna
something greater.
Adventure, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, how about this, Chris? Because I mean, at the end of the day, it seems like you're a very inspired person. It doesn't seem like much would keep you from writing. But is there anything that could?
No.
Nothing? There's no comet, no meteor that could stop you from actively writing? I like hearing that.
I think if there was a meteor that ended, if something happened to our planet,
that's fair.
That resulted in the destruction of it, then I think that would prevent me from songwriting. But
that's what it will take. Eh? That's good. I mean, that's good. In my opinion, that's good. If it's going to take something so planet-shattering to stop you from making music, Chris, that means there's a dedication level there, brother.
Sure.
So, beyond the awards, obviously we're excited about those coming up, and you know, we've got you here in front of us, so we're more than enthusiastic for you right now, Chris. We know you're going to win. We're ecstatic about it, and we wish you the best. Aside from that, though, tell us about maybe just a few personal goals. What's outside of music for Chris?
Personal goals.
Yeah. How are you going to change and develop in these next couple years?
You know, I got to exercise more.
Okay.
It's not, you know, since they make you do it in high school, and then you're out of high school, and you're like, wait.
It's on your own.
Who's going to, like, you know, do that for me? No.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'd say just being healthy, like, you know, trying to have a good diet. I mean, it sounds silly, but
yeah,
it honestly can affect you so much. And, you know, I've always had problems with depression, and that's just one of those things that helps it, you know.
Oh, for sure.
Keeping kind of a healthy lifestyle. So I think that's a huge goal.
Yeah.
And I think just balancing, you know, personal life with your goals and aspiration in your work, you know.
Yeah,
sometimes I get a bit obsessive, you know. I gotta tone it down a little bit.
Work-life balance, right?
So there you go.
Oh, I appreciate the honesty, man. I mean, I love that kind of stuff. It forces me to share too. I got tons of history about that, and I've spent basically my last week talking about nothing but depression, manic depression, this depression, that depression. Totally get it and totally understand where you're coming from. What are, maybe you can help some people out there. Give them an idea of what works for you aside from, because I totally agree with you, man. Diet and sleep for me, two biggest ones. If I don't control those, I'm out the window and I'm gone. But, you know, for some people out there that might struggle with that kind of stuff, from a singer-songwriter's perspective, from somebody that makes lyrics and analyzes words, is there anything that you can say that might help somebody out there that's going through some dark times?
I think it's really easy to hang on to the negative aspects in life, and it's kind of reinforced in society of having to be constantly moving forward, and, you know, other people are doing this, why aren't you doing that kind of thing? And there's a lot of pressure.
Right.
And it's more difficult to hang on to the positive things and the things that you've accomplished, and actually just hanging on to those moments a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just say to try to keep doing that. Be in the present moment as best as you can. Think about what's actually immediately in front of you.
Yeah.
We get really caught up in our own thoughts.
Absolutely.
And then also, of course, you know, obviously I have to say this as a musician, like, music has been a huge help as well.
Being that
singer-songwriter. Someone writes a song that relates to your experience, that's one of the most, that's a really special thing. Mm. And so I'm honored when my songs can do that for other people, but also when other people's songs do that for me, it means a lot. So
it's a great way to put that.
You can do that as well.
Do you find that lyrically you try and leave your stuff open, that it can kind of be interpreted in multiple ways that way?
Yeah, I do try to keep it really open and almost try to step outside myself a little bit when I'm writing, so I can kind of get on a level that's not just this is me, but rather this is us.
Right.
That's kind of
the collective experience.
Yeah, exactly. You nailed it.
I think that's cool. Well, let's leave it there, Chris. I mean, we ended it on a positive note.
That seems like
I stumbled all over the place in this, but we ended in the right place, man. We got there together, right?
Yeah. Not to worry.
Chris, thank you very much for your time, brother. I wish you the best of luck. April 28th, Vancouver Island Music Awards, and in everything that you do going forward. So, you know, keep me listening, brother. Keep me listening. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks. He's already panned off. Look at him. He's like halfway into Victoria now.
Pan to nature.
That's right, yeah.
Standard.
One thing that you can't help but dig in life is being there at the beginning. And sometimes this opportunity, this ability to interview people and bands and artists and all kinds of creative minds comes with that real genuine possibility that maybe I'm there, or maybe we're there all, collectively, viewers and everybody. Maybe we're all there together and actually seeing something happen or take shape for the first time. Now, I want to introduce you to another VIMA nominee. This is Youth Artist of the Year for 2013 nominated act called NORTHTOWN. Now these four guys are a lot of fun. I had a tremendous time interviewing these guys. I was able to spot their drummer from a mile away and really just have a good, you know, just, I don't know, man, we were giving each other a hard time. NORTHTOWN and I, we're cool. We had no problem talking to each other, and I think you'll see through this interview that we just had a lot of fun. So here's NORTHTOWN on SBS Live this week. Alright, gentlemen, my name's Jeremy from sleepingbagstudios. We've got NORTHTOWN here on SBS Live this week. We're talking about Vancouver Island Music Awards and all that kind of fun stuff. So I need to tell you guys. Yeah. I need to tell NORTHTOWN. NORTHTOWN is up for Youth Artist of the Year, correct? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And I mean, I'd be wrong if I said this wasn't exciting. This is exciting. Yeah, okay. There we go. Yeah. I mean, you know, you can't see it. We've got chains on their feet so they can't bounce off the ground right now. But they're that excited. Is this kind of like the first major recognition for you guys?
One of them, yeah. So nice to get recognized and stuff. So,
what kind of things, what kind of doors do you think that something like this could open? Suppose you brought this home. Nobody else is here. Maybe you're gonna bring this home. When you bring it home, what to change?
Probably play more festivals, hopefully, and get more shows. Yeah, maybe, stuff like that.
Why'd you start with festivals? Do you like festivals?
I like festivals. I like festivals. I like playing shows and all that good stuff. So, you have more opportunity to do it.
Really put you in that scene though, too, right? Like, I mean, those are those day-long events. We like those.
Yeah.
You get to hang out with a bunch of different bands. You guys, as far as I've seen here on Vancouver Island, have a pretty in-depth music scene in general. You guys have got a lot of people. Whether or not, I don't know if they're all hanging out with NORTHTOWN or not. Yeah. Are they? Do you guys have a lot of interaction with other bands?
Over the last year. Yeah. Met some nice people and stuff.
So you're finding your way into the scene, right? Yeah.
And yesterday.
How do you mean?
Hell, in September. They opened.
We had a show in Duncan.
Oh, okay.
They opened a nice new band.
They were really good.
Shows for that and stuff like that. Yeah.
So every day it's just going to get better. You guys are going to pull more people into the field. How are you? Give me an idea. If let's say I'd never heard of NORTHTOWN before, how would you express to me what your music is all about?
Fun times.
This question.
Fun times.
Oh, shit, I asked a standard one. Alright.
Like just fun times, I guess. It's just like alternative, some rock.
Yeah.
Just happy music, I guess. In general form.
It's really upbeat.
Yeah, upbeat. It's catchy.
You guys consider yourselves upbeat people?
I guess, yeah.
Definitely.
Depending on the situation. Get it crazy on.
What do we got here for instruments? Drums.
Yeah, you got it.
I'll tell you how I know that later, but tell me what the rest of you guys do.
This is the keyboard player. Plays the keys.
Yeah.
Bass and back vocals. He does back vocals too, and I'm a guitarist and singer.
Oh, okay, right on.
Yeah.
Drummers, we're always quiet. It's just we are. And why are we quiet? Because we beat the shit out of the drums, right? And that's how we express ourselves that way. It's all good. NORTHTOWN, tell me about the future. You guys, you do this award thing, and you go from there. Are you guys going to be working on a new album? Or are you guys going to be working on videos?
Videos and albums.
Yeah, we have we're working on our second record as well, right? We're just getting the songs there for the second record as well right now.
Yeah.
Working on a new music video.
start tracking guitar, and work from there, I guess.
You guys write songs as a band, or?
Yeah. Well, he brings the guitar and the vocals and presents it to us, and we vote on it, and if we like it, then we start making our own pieces to it.
So yeah, it's just kind of like
Sam's
starting
got a
point
few
and then
songs.
collaborate.
I like this. Okay, so how are you voting? Like, how does that happen? I mean, there's a lot of ways you can imagine this happening, right?
Typically, he'll come in and he'll be like, "Guys, I have a new song."
Yeah.
Okay, let's listen to it. And then, anyways, so then he'll play it, and he'll usually just make up lyrics on the spot because he's great at just making up stuff on the spot. And then if it's good, then we just play along.
Right. Most of the time, they'll like it, which is cool.
That's pretty decent.
Yeah.
If you're in your boat, then that's great.
Once in a while.
Well, it's like Nelson, what are you doing?
Okay. So you get pushback if
Well, it's good to have a group of people.
Yeah, you gotta be honest.
Yeah.
Exactly, right? If you didn't, you're gonna end up making some music you guys don't want to make. You don't want to play live. I've certainly talked to bands that have played or that have made songs that they regret making because later on they have to play them live day in and day out.
Yeah.
You guys conscious of that kind of stuff? Like, have you thought about hanging out with each other for the next 40 years? You're young. You're young.
So weird.
I mean, that could be weird. You could end up in the retirement home together.
Old guys like.
What's going to keep you together over time?
Probably the band.
Yeah, just the music. We love the music.
Yeah.
Just want to play gigs, and go to studios, play festivals, and be in productions.
Nobody's gonna get split off by like shiny producer man over in the corner and be like, hey, yeah, I would sound better solo. See ya, NORTHTOWN.
No.
It's not gonna happen. You guys are solid core.
I think I think we have a pretty good understanding of.
We've been a group for quite a while now, for our age, I guess.
Right.
How long we've been together.
How aware of you guys would you say you are of like the competition up there in FEMA land, out in the Vancouver Island Music Awards? Are you familiar with the other artists up there in your
We're
category?
familiar with a few of them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good artists in Victoria.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say when there's so much good music. So
No matter what, you know you're kind of up against it, right? No matter how good NORTHTOWN is, there's still a lot of really good music out there.
Yeah, it's all diverse.
Sure.
Yeah.
But you're pumped. It's April 28th. It's not that far away.
Yeah.
You've got a legitimate shot here at Youth Artist of the Year, 2013. I mean, that's going to open up doors, gentlemen. I don't know how else to put it any other way than that. This industry is built on all kinds of weird credit systems and all kinds of who you knows, and you know that already, right? This isn't a secret. This is something that people are born to. You're going to be a musician, you need to know these things. And it's totally true. But at the end of the day, guys, you seem like you're coming at it with honest attitudes. You're coming at it with positive attitudes. We talked about that. Clearly, you know when to talk, when not to, depending on the situation. I'm giving you a hard time. You've already opened up to me, and I appreciate it. But NORTHTOWN, going forward, there's going to be people younger than you even doing this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's new musicians born every day. We all know that. So, from your perspective, give me an idea of where is the music industry at now, and maybe in 5 years, what do you think is going to happen? Is there anything else to come still? Is there something that we haven't seen from it?
I think, in my views, I think the music will hopefully get better. Because like even Victoria knows so many great artists like over the last year or two, and I think I'm hoping that more of those will be able to prosper through the whole music scene.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to get into, especially with all the competition that's out there and all the different types of music that's out there. It's really hard to come up with something new.
Yeah.
But people always find ways to be creative. I think it can only get better, really.
Yeah. You just get tighter as a band over time at the very least, right?
Yeah.
Do you see yourselves ever having a point where you'll have to force yourself to challenge yourself, or do you think that'll come naturally?
I think we'll have to force ourselves. There'll be a time, especially after grad, like we'll have the band and like where will we go and like maybe get new band, maybe get new members. Someone has to go.
So we all kind of like playing the same thing that we started playing to begin with, right? That's why we got in this band. So a lot of the times, if you want to do something else later on down the road, yeah, you got to throw those challenges in, those wrenches in your own spokes, and make something happen for yourself.
Yeah.
Make yourself musically uncomfortable and see where it takes you. Right?
Yeah.
You guys all stick to the same instruments all the time, or is it sometimes like free reign, like you're gonna go and hit the drums for a while, you're gonna grab the guitar?
I mean, in the band, we don't really do that, but like, I mean, we all play different instruments on our own. Or, you know what I mean?
We all know pretty much. We all relate a lot of the main instruments.
It makes a big difference, right? And especially as a young band starting out, that means you communicate with them effectively. That means you guys can understand where the other one's coming from. They gotta give you guys good starting blocks that a lot of bands, believe me, they don't have. Northtown, give me an idea. Give other people out there with their first experience with Northtown, where can they find more about you? Where can they go and learn more about what you're doing right now?
Facebook, the interwebs, shows. Come to shows.
Yes.
Shows is the main way.
Shows coming up?
Elevate the Art Festival and
Elevate the Arts Festival in June.
Okay.
And then hopefully we're playing at Phil Stage Pub in Ubic in September.
Little Bistro in the next 2 months or so. And then
Wow.
got some other ideas for the
You guys
summer.
are active.
Yeah, we're trying.
You guys are out there really, you guys are out there actually putting it out there on stage.
Yeah, we played a little show like a month now. So it's good.
There you go.
Yeah.
Northtown, what's to worry about, right? Nothing to worry about. We got this locked up, April 28th. We see you guys victorious, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's that simple. I mean, there's no other, what else is there? There's nothing else.
Northtown, everybody. Thank you very much for your time, boys.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I love being a music show for the simple reason that we get to see all kinds of acts do exclusive performances that nobody else has got to see yet. And here's one from BRODIE DAWSON on SBS Live this week.
So this is a song called Words, aka Divine Soul. No God dare to dare, keep minimal caution and live with play. Speak your mind, don't hold your tongue. Keep right on singing till your soul gets numb. Keep minimal caution and live with plan. Speak your mind, don't hold your tongue. Keep right on singing till your soul is numb. 'Cause you're right, be my soul, 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 be my picture black chorus harmony in the background there. You lie, you lie. Lay your instinct, live to protect, to point you the right way and help you play. True friendship and such just don't know way. Good things will come up, it's hardly different. Be my soul, be my soul, be my soul, be my life. Be my soul, 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 be my life. Give to your passion and watch it grow.
Vancouver Island Music Awards are not so far away at this point. Somebody should be getting some sleep, but somebody won't be. And you know that you'll see me there with my baggy eyes still open somehow, ready to talk to you all. So to the bands that were here today and the artists, of course, once again to Chris Ho, to NORTHTOWN, and of course BRODIE DAWSON, best of luck to you guys all in the upcoming awards show, and best of luck to all the other nominees as well.